been a while. It's been a long time coming. So I appreciate the amount of support, the amount of love, the amount of encouragement that we received from throughout the city, and certainly from Ward 8. Ward 8 is the most loving, the kindest, the most welcoming ward of all. And I have to say, and I've been in many, many wards, but this takes the cake, okay? Because we're going to hashtag this. Ward 8 is great. So Ward 8 is great. Repeat after me. Ward 8 is great. Ward 8 is great. And we're going to make it even greater. We are new here, but there's been a lot of people that have been here way before we got here. A lot of great businesses here in this corridor. Folks that I've got to know. Folks that I spent a lot of money in their places as we were getting ready. And they're all such great, small, thriving businesses. And our intention is here to supplement, to support, to fortify, and not to push out. This is not what we're going to do. We're going to make sure that the city not only works for some businesses, but works for all businesses, and not only works for some people, but works for all of its residents. And I think we can play a role in that. Every one of us can play a role, and certainly businesses can be part of that. I want to begin by thanking a few people and I wrote a list of names, so please bear with me because, again, this is not just about me, this is not just about the mayor, this is not just about a handful of people, this is about a collaborative effort that really brought this together. And of course, nothing speaks collaborative than the Far Southeast Family Strengthening Collaborative, which, you know, I hate the word landlord, but in this case, I don't mind it. So they are welcome to be my landlord, and I'm pleasantly happy to be their tenant. So we look forward to a long-lasting relationship. We are going to be here for a while, folks, so get used to us. Get used to us, love us, support us, come back, tell your friends. Because, you know, these moments are sometimes fleeting. The press will go away in no time at all. And we'll be looking for you all to come make sure this place stays in business. Thank you. I want to thank folks from the DC government who have been, you know, a lot of times when we hear about government and, you know, we're ready to shut it down at the blink of a hat and at the blink of an eye, and we're ready to kind of dismiss it as if it's something secondary we don't need. But I have to tell you, I could not have done this without the cooperation and support of the DC government. And I want to name a few people. First of all, the acting director of DCRA, Ernest Schrappa. And of course, I want to say last but not least, the most important folks are really the folks that walk by us here every single day, the folks that live around this neighborhood, the folks that make this neighborhood what it is. Anacostia is the heart and soul of Washington, D.C. And I think and certainly Ward 8, when we talk about Anacostia, Ward 8 is not just Anacostia. Ward 8 is a big ward. And east of the river is a big place. It's a place of 150,000 people. And it's a place where it's thriving, there's lots of community, there's lots of love, there's a lot of support. And I'm so honored to be included and to be brought into that community. I will promise you that I will step gingerly and I'll make sure that things are done correctly. So I appreciate all of you for all the help that you've done. For DC, it's a great day for Anacostia, it's a great day for Ward 8, it's a great day for east of the river, it's a great day so many ways, and the weather even cooperated. So we appreciate it. Now in many parts of the city, when you have an opening a restaurant, it's kind of like something that happens every other day, pretty much. You know, there's lots of restaurants that have opened all over. But when we have an opening a restaurant in Ward 8, we do it right. Isn't that right? Look at it. And have a red carpet out there. You think it was the premiere of the Oscars somewhere. And it's so exciting to be part of this premiere with all of you. I want to thank you so very much. And of course, I want to introduce somebody. You know, part of our commitment, part of our promise when we came here to Ward 8 is that we would hire people from the community. And that promise has been kept. We've hired close to 80 people. Most of them, I'd say 95% of them, are from Southeast. And we are so delighted to be part of that. The training we're doing, our trainers are working hard to make sure that those folks succeed and grow. And the restaurant industry is a great opening industry for people to get into, get great jobs, and continue to grow and thrive. All of our managers started out as servers. Some of them our operations director, Sham, started as a dishwasher. And now he directs the entire operation. We have people that started out as hosts and now are in charge and VPs of the company. These are people of color, these are people that care, these are people that are extremely gifted, extremely talented, clearly. And I'm so delighted to be part of them and them to be part of me. I want to introduce somebody. A lot of times when you say these things, you want to put a face to an idea. And we have somebody that we have brought here, Damon Thompson.
So I wanted to start out by saying good morning to everyone, and I really appreciate this opportunity to be able to tell you a little bit about myself here in Washington, D.C. Like Mr. Shalal said, my name is Damon Thompson, and it is my pleasure to be representing Washington, D.C., Ward 8, and my tribe here at Busboys and Poets. I am a Washingtonian through and through, and I like to say that we do exist. A lot of times people that do come into Washington, D.C., with it being a transient city, we don't really get the opportunity to meet people who are homegrown, who may have gone to school here, or who have a core of Washington, D.C. here. And so I just like to take time out and say that whenever someone says, tell me a little bit about yourself, I'll start out with the story, I'm a Washingtonian. And they're like, oh, wow. You know, I spent the early portion of my career working with youth and young adults here in Washington, D.C. I've also, like Mr. Shalal spoke to previously, worked with the Washington, D.C. government at the Department of Youth and Rehabilitation Services, and I do see a lot of familiar faces here and friends that I've worked with before at that agency. I decided that, though, in that system, I wanted to go back and pursue more education for myself. And I felt that an undergraduate degree wasn't enough. And with that level of work, you do realize, being an essential employee, it is impossible to step away and go to school and pursue a higher degree, graduate and postgraduate. And so what Busboys and Poets is going to do is allow me the opportunity to work full-time and also be able to go to school full-time and pursue a graduate and PhD in education, urban leadership, and entrepreneurship. Support and your innovative projects, you've allowed people like me to be able to work here in Ward 8 of Anacostia, Southeast Washington, D.C., and pursue my dreams like I'm sure that you had when you decided that you wanted to become mayor of the nation's capital. You are really appreciated. And without further ado, our wonderful and prestigious mayor is Miriam Lowry.
Delighted to be here today to help Ward 8 celebrate its new Busboys and Poets. And I am very happy to congratulate Andy Shalal, Marjan Shalal, and their wonderful Busboys and Poets team. I had the opportunity to be here last week on the great Mayor for Life's birthday, and I knew how much he would have appreciated the energy, the intention, and the investment in Ward 8. Andy talked about what projects like this are all about. Sometimes we can think it's just about brunch and champagne. I hope there's some champagne. And all of that good stuff. But really what it's about, economic development allows us to do so much more. Certainly the people of Anacostia and Ward 8 and Ward 6 and Ward 4, because this Busboys is for everybody, are going to enjoy good food here. Great culture, great art, music, and then film and books and lectures and all of those things that come with all of the Busboys and Poets. But people are going to go to work here each and every day. They can go to work right in their communities. What economic development also allows us to do is send a message that Ward 8 is open for business, that the people of Ward 8 want the things that everybody wants, and that other businesses should be like Andy. Andy has a successful model. It's worked in DC. And he said, I can do this at 14th and U, 14th and B. I can do this in other places too. And he came to Ward 8. We have to have like the Far Southeast Strengthening Collaborative. Give them a big round of applause. You know, our Far Southeast and Perry Moon and their board, where are the board members from Far Southeast? Thank you, Far Southeast. They said, you know, that's all good, but we want to own our building and he can rent from us. That's what they said, Andy. They said he could come, but he can rent from us. And then they said, and Bowser, we need you to help close the gap. And I was proud to work with Councilmember LaRuby May, and we've been working with Councilmember Trayon White as well to make sure that the resources that were needed were in place to close the gap, and that's important. The other thing I want to tell you, Ward 8, is sometimes when it comes to making the investments that we need in Ward 8, people will say, oh my God, Bowser, that's so much money. That's so expensive. How are you going to do that? I mean, that tax abatement, that TIF, that new arena, that's just so much money, Bowser. And I've been around here long enough to know a lot of money has been invested in a lot of places, and sometimes it wasn't even needed. So yes, we invested $60 million in the entertainment and sports arena in Congress Heights. Yes, we have invested in new food places right along this corridor and also in Bellevue, right here in Ward 8. Yes, I have introduced the first ever TIF financing for a project in the history of the District of Columbia right here in Ward 8. And those economic development tools have been used in every ward of the city. And now the time has come, actually it's past time, for equal investment in Ward 8. So that is what we are working on. I want to thank all of our Ward 8 ANC commissioners who are here. Where are you, Ward 8 ANCs? Let me thank you for your commitment. I see our former council member Sandy Allen here and Councilmember Trayon White may be down at City Hall, but I want to acknowledge and thank him for his support as well. So you heard it right from Damon's lips. These are opportunities. And don't let anybody tell you that we don't have great workers and a qualified workforce here in Ward 8. Don't let anybody tell you that people don't want work and great opportunities and pathways to the middle class. Don't let anybody tell you that we're done in Ward 8. Because we know, and I feel strongly, and I felt strongly 5 years ago when I ran for mayor, that I was the mayor who had the best opportunity to equalize the investments in our city. Some told me I might be the last one, but I don't believe that. I don't believe it. But I do believe our time is now. So let me acknowledge our former First Lady, who has just been just a bright star in raising up the legacy of her former husband and our great mayor for life, but also making sure that Ward 8's young people were challenged, inspired, and loved at the Southeast Tennyson Learning Center. So, Cora, I want to thank you for your commitment to the city, for always being present.
When I thought about doing this space, I wanted to make sure that it fits the someone that we would name that really means Ward 8, that really means Anacostia, that really means this area. No one means that more than, of course, the late Marion Barry. And of course, I had to spend a lot of time and conversations with Cora Masters Barry, who we have become very, very close friends. She is now truly my sister. We have And I know that because we have fights all the time. And we make up the next day. I love you very much. You have been a great partner in this journey, and I appreciate you so much. I want you to get up here and look at her. She's already doing this. I want you to get up here and say a few words, please. Thank you.
I'm really happy to be here. Everything everyone else has said, I agree with, I echo. But me being a person who really has a passion and a life's work in developing young people, the thing that I love so much about Busboys and Poets, of course the food, but the culture, the art, the books. I think about, like, this Saturday we're having a symposium as a part of Marion's birthday week on the life of Marion Barry from migration to greatness here at 11 o'clock. Yes, and we're going to have a lot of children here, and I just think about them coming in and seeing the art and the books. So I appreciate your model, and I'm so glad it's here because our kids, of course, could definitely benefit from it. And in saying that, also, I look up here, I didn't see this the other day, and there's a picture of Marion. Is that Jesse Jackson? It's not finished. Is that Jesse? On the other side. That's all. I got bad eyes. And I think about the icons in our lives. Marion, Jesse Jackson, Stokely Carmichael, all of the people that have gone before us and have done so much. And so I also want to take this opportunity to invite everybody here Friday night at the Ark at 6 o'clock, the 19th annual Blacks and Wax performance. How many of you have ever been there before? Please come. First come, first serve though. So you have to come early, 6 o'clock at the Ark. And if you miss that, the following Saturday at the Kennedy Center. And these are Ward 8 kids, and you would think they were on Broadway. Is that right, Miss Mary? Last year the mayor came and she kept saying, "Who are these kids?" I said, "These are kids." "No, who kids?" I said, "No, they're not actors. They are everyday Ward kids who just stepped up and did the work." So I'll see you either on the 15th at the Ark at 6 o'clock or on the 23rd at the Kennedy Center. And in closing, let me say, when Andy came to me and said, and very casually, you know, we're going to build in Ward 8. I was there for that original conversation with him and Marion, so I kind of knew that was happening. And he said, "I'm going to name the room after Marion." And I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah." And I've been to all of his restaurants, and they're all very interesting with these specialty rooms. So I know that's a great honor. But then he said, "And I'm going to need some pictures." I said, "Well, they're on the internet." He said, no, I need some pictures. So I'm telling you, when you go and look in that room, there are some pictures up on that mural that no one has ever seen before. Because he came to my house, bullied me, intimidated me, just brush shot and went over and took pictures. And so you see him for the first time, and I'm honored to have them displayed, and I know Marion would be very happy too. So thank you.
Ward 8? That's great, I like that. You gotta use that more often. But I was downtown handling some council business. As you can assume, it's a pretty interesting day at the council today. But nonetheless, I want to thank our Mayor Muriel Bowser for a commitment to Ward 8. But not for you and your commitment and putting additional resources, this would not be possible. I'd like to thank Andy Shalal, Prairie Moon, and the Collaborative for their vision. There's an old proverb that says, "Where there's no vision, the people perish." And so this is a proud example of the many amenities that we need in our community, and we've been steadfast and focused. Because I remember a long time ago, this is an abandoned building. We have too many blighted properties in our community, and so we've been focused on ensuring that we can put not what we want in our community, but most of what we need. And so we're excited to have opportunities to have artwork in here. There's going to be a number of shows, poetry that's going to happen here. But also I get to eat my chicken panini right here in Ward 8. Andy, my chicken panini and my sweet potato fries. And so I'm excited to have a sit-down restaurant. This is the beginning of more to come here in Ward 8. I want to thank Cora Masters-Berry for the legendary Marion Berry, who paved the way for people like myself to have an opportunity to even be a council member, to have sit-down restaurants in our community. You give a round of applause for that. talked too fast. I parked when I got off the bridge and ran down, so we were out of wind. But nonetheless, I made it. And every day we have a lot of residents in Ward 8 that's trying to make it. That's trying to find out a pathway to, as you say, the middle class who are struggling. They may not know we open Busboys and Poets today, but we are definitely building a bright future, not just for those who are coming, but for those that have been here through the struggle every day. Thank you for having me. I love you all, and let's continue to work for Ward 8. Thank you. God bless.
We're going to say Ward 8 on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Ward 8!
Hey, watch out, 'cause I'm coming for you.
Barbecue. Chop barbecue. Chop barbecue. Car wash jumping rims, they shining up. Everybody dressed up looking good. Grab my shade so the sun don't blind me, no. It's nothing like summertime in the hood. Let's have a block party. Get on up, ain't got nothing else to do. Let's have a barbecue.
Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with?
Hi, my name is Mecca Gara. I work at the Department of Housing and Community Development.
Okay, all right. And how are you enjoying the grand opening of the Busboy and Poet?
I'm enjoying it very much. This is such a beautiful building. The art is amazing. This is a wonderful addition to Ward 8. So I'm really excited that it's open now. It's also jobs for people and more options of places to eat.
Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with?
I'm Carla Thomas McGinnis.
All right. And how are you ladies enjoying the grand opening ribbon cutting of Busboy and Poets?